After spending the previous day driving 8 hours from Moab to Estes, we were excited to get the Rocky Mountain timed entry plus Bear Lake access for our first day to be able to go on some of the highest recommended hikes for kids, Sprague Lake and Bear Lake. Both are very popular hikes, so they were quite busy, but the views were absolutely incredible. Before making it into the park, we decided to stop at Cinnamon's Bakery next to our Airbnb, and wow, are we so glad we did.
What are we getting here? Huh? What are you gonna get? Whipped cream?
With bread on the bottom.
Oh yeah?
And whipped cream on the top.
Oh.
It turns out that the bakery gets really busy and sells out early, so this was more of a preview for tomorrow, but it worked out great since we were able to place an order for the next morning. Subscribe to see our verdict in next week's video.
For Rocky Mountain National Park, like a lot of the national parks, you actually need a timed entry pass. So the timed entry pass you get on recreation.gov. For this section of the park of Rocky Mountain National Park, it's Bear Lake's area, and you have to have the timed entry plus in order to get to over here. They do check it. They make sure that you have your permit available. So we were able to get our timed entry pass yesterday. They actually keep about 40% of the passes off the system until the day before at 7 p.m., which worked out great for us because we didn't realize that we would need a timed entry for Rocky Mountain National Park. We both were on the website last night at 7 p.m. ready to do it, and we got our passes really easily. We are going on the Sprague Lake hike here in Rocky Mountain National Park. We went over to the visitor center before we came into the park, and we're able to get some recommendations on good hikes for the girls. This was the first recommendation from them, and then this is the first one I saw online as well. You found a pretty pink flower. Let's go see what other flowers we can find. Yeah. So we have a pink one now. What other flowers can we see?
If we can find another pink flower.
Ooh, now let's see what else is here.
Mm-hmm. I love them open ones.
Wow, some open ones?
Pink flowers.
Pink flowers.
Purple flowers with pink.
All right, keep going.
Purple.
Keep going.
Do you know how?
Which other flowers can we find? I see a different color up there. What are you seeing? What do we see out there? Is it a duck?
A duck. Quack. And duck's trying to get a lollipop.
No, he's trying to get some fishies. That's why he's diving down. Can you use your binoculars? See if you can see him.
Hayden.
Use your binoculars.
Hey,
oh no, see him right here on the trail.
I see him.
There you go. Wow. Guys, those benches are so cool, and they're the perfect size for you.
Okay, right back there.
Look for the bigger
Now turn around. Look at
pieces
me.
in here. For your feet. There. Dad, you're on the handhold. Okay. There. Ready? Keep your feet engaged. Look on those toes. On those toes. On those toes. On those toes. 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 The whole time. On your toes the whole time. Good. See? That's it. You're there. Good job, Hayden.
This was the perfect first trail for us in the park. Between the water, flowers, boulders, and wildlife, the girls stayed interested the entire way around the lake, excited to explore what was next around every turn of the trail. I particularly love the boulder experiences and watching as their love for climbing expanded beyond the indoor walls that we were used to back home. We're used to going on trails near our home, but there's something absolutely invigorating about being on a trail surrounded by mountains. There's just so much potential of what you can do, especially when the trails are created so thoughtfully in nature. Everything used on the trails is from nature, including the benches, the bridges, the dock areas over the water. It helps to keep the charm of the mountains all around. It is beautiful.
We are doing Bear Lake Trail for our second trail here. It is a 0.6 mile hike around the entire lake here. Shouldn't be too bad. Everything's been really well, not paved, but like really well gravel trails. Kids can do easily when they're not trying to climb me. Riley, stay here. Stay here. You gotta have a hand to go out there. Yeah. Good job. Good job. You can touch the bear proper end too, Hayden. What numbers do you guys see? Good job, Hayden.
During our hike, it was nice to see the girls' confidence grow while climbing the boulders. It was usually a race between them and Dad to see who could get to the top first, and they improved so much just between these two hikes. Every boulder they found, they wanted to keep going and more and more and more. It was awesome.
As we've been going along the trail, there are these little paw prints with numbers. I think it's just going through and showing you little viewpoints. We got to take a look and see exactly what they're for, but they have been helping us keep the girls on track and moving along. We get very distracted by the rocks and the water, the animals. Riley was chasing a chipmunk a minute ago. I think that's our spirit animal. And then we can keep them distracted by saying, Riley, we gotta go find the number 19. Just like that.
The girls really enjoyed the ranger education areas. While hiking around Sprague Lake, there was a ranger-led group learning fly fishing, which was really cool to see. I feel like this is something we tend to overlook, the ranger-led education programs, keeping our schedules more open because of the kids. But it's definitely something I want to jump into more as I see the girls get excited about the parks, trails, and animals. Our girls are definitely in their animal-loving era, for sure. So these learning tables are the highlights of our trip.
We just got done with the Bear Lake Trail that went around Bear Lake. It was a lot of fun. The girls did great. It was about a 0.6 mile hike overall, and it took us about an hour, but we stopped a lot so we could climb, so we could see all the different views. There's different paw prints that go around the lake, and the girls had fun following those.
All right, so our timed entry pass for Bear Lake was at 8 a.m. We actually got a little bit of a late start, so we got in at around 9:30, and we did the Sprague Lake hike first, and there were all the signs and rangers saying that the Bear Lake trailhead was completely full. So by the time we actually finished Sprague Lake, we drove down to Lot and hoped that we would get a spot. The ranger said, whatever you see, if you just grab the first one, and we thankfully were able to get one that was really close to the front. And we did our hike. About an hour later, we come out, and there's actually a ton of parking.
There's a lot.
The tip is, if you want to go first thing in the morning, you can, but you're going to be fighting probably everyone going up there. Like this time of day, around noon, when all the kids are tired out and probably going back for lunch and whatnot, there were a ton of, we probably passed at least 20 spots.
Oh yeah. It was a fun hike though. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a good hike.
Both hikes have been really nice. They've been well paved, or it's not paved, but it's got gravel, which has been really easy for the kids. But it's been, I think, the perfect distance for us to get all the way around before the kids kind of get through and ready to go on to the next thing and needing a break.
Yeah, I would say, like, if you had one day in Rocky Mountain National Park and you had two toddlers, or you had toddlers, these two hikes were probably perfect. Between Sprague and Bear Lake, like, this is probably their limit for today, especially after being in the car all day yesterday. So
it was something that we really needed, was to get out and get moving around, but we are feeling the fussiness of just being in the road all day yesterday. So we're gonna take it easy, go see a few more things maybe, and then head out and grab some lunch.
After all our hiking in the morning, Rye fell asleep in the car ride back, so we decided to use the afternoon to get stuff packed up. We packed up the one wheels and the starter bikes to get them out here to Colorado and sent them via UPS, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing going back. So now it is a process of breaking it down, trying to put it back together in this box, and it's a little bit smaller box than what we had coming out. So we'll see if we can get it all packed up. Update on our packing, and we have stuffed the box. We still have some space. This is a little bit taller box than what we had on the way in. It's taller but not as wide, so we are able to fit the bikes and the one wheels. That was the big thing. From here we were able to go and add everything else. We have this giant bin which we kept in the back of the van and kept a lot of good extra stuff in there, like the toilet, the child toilet you can see there. We did use that quite a bit, so thank goodness. And then the extra swag we got when we were out at the GoPro Mountain Games, and then just random other items we had. So it is packed up for the most part. We're going to add on a little bit here and there, and then try and we'll probably have to add a bunch of bubble wrap on top just to make sure everything gets there in one piece. It's looking good. While we were packing, the girls had some quiet time and played on the playground some more. It started to rain, so we did a quick pass through the park to try and find some animals, then headed back for some more packing. We had a great first day in Rocky Mountain National Park, but the trip is quickly starting to wrap up. Comment below with which hike you liked best. Like our video to support the channel, and subscribe to check out next week's video when we learn why you need to show up so early at the best bakeries, see more animals, and of course get on some boulders while hitting the trails. See you soon!